Welcome to Sunday, guys. Welcome to late Sunday. We didn't really do much of any vlogging today. Sorry about that. But it's kind of like the last Sunday that we were here. We were mostly just upstairs all day with my family, and my grandparents are here today, just hanging out with us. And I'll show you like some of the stuff that they brought, but they brought us a bunch of cool stuff from their motorhome that they're selling. They used to do, well, for the longest time, for like over a decade or more, they were doing, they were traveling around the country helping rebuild places that were destroyed by natural disasters and stuff like that. And they would travel around in the motorhome to the different places that needed help, and they were doing that for years and years and years and years, and they finally decided to retire from that. And so they're selling a motorhome, and they had double of everything in their kitchen for their motorhome / for their little apartment that they have now. So they gave us a bunch of stuff, including a waffle iron, which is awesome. We're very excited about that. Another George Foreman grill, which is much bigger than the one we have. And a bunch of plates and pots and pans and silverware, which is really, really awesome of them. You'll have seen the boxes of that stuff. It's all like old kind of stuff, but it's stuff that's like really good stuff that they've had for years, and that works really, really well because it's good stuff. But anyway, they came, and I haven't seen them. We haven't seen them since Thanksgiving because we didn't come here for Christmas, and they weren't here for Easter, so I haven't seen my grandparents since Thanksgiving, and I really missed them a lot, and I'm really glad they were to come today. And we just had a nice, awesome, an awesome dinner. It was like a feast kind of thing, like a summer feast, where my dad grilled burgers and hot dogs, and I did get a little bit of us putting away the food after we had eaten all the food that was left over. That I'll show you. And we had like corn on the cob. We had potato salad and fruit salad and shrimp. My dad's steamed shrimp, and outside on the grill as well. Deviled eggs, right?
Yeah.
So we had lots of stuff, lots and lots of really, really, really good food, and it was all really awesome. And then we had some more of my birthday cake from yesterday, the Oreo cheesecake that we had from yesterday. And yeah, so it was a lot of just spending. We were just up there, the camera. We didn't even have the camera up with us. There were several times where we were just like, we probably could have vlogged that just happened, but the camera's downstairs and whatever. It's like, yeah, it's always more about just experiencing things in our day rather than just having the camera in front of our faces the whole time.
Yeah.
But I wish I could have shown you some things, but it's not that big of a deal. I'll tell you about it now, and hopefully that's good enough. We also played a game with my niece that we both were not into at all. It was like, my mom took some pictures of us playing it. I don't have video of us playing it, but my mom took pictures of us playing it. It was like, it was called Fibbers. I don't know. You basically have to wear these glasses with like a giant nose, and like the more you play this card game, this like weird thing where you're trying to lie and like try not to be called out on your lies and stuff, and you got caught on your lies, you had to like extend your nose by putting more pieces on top of your nose that you had like on, I don't know. Anyway.
The thing is, you don't actually ever have to call anyone out. You don't get anything from calling anyone out. So honestly, you don't have to call anyone out, and you never lie, and you can technically win.
Yeah, it's a really silly, stupid game.
It's not set up well at all.
It's not a very well-structured game in the slightest.
Chris and I know both of us were just trying to make it end. We were calling each other out on, like, obvious things, and...
Yeah, we were just trying to make... Because the game could go on forever if you don't, like, actually try to participate and call people out on their lies, and if you don't try to lie yourself. So if no one is lying and no one's calling each other out on their lies... And a lot of the time there's no point in lying because,
you don't get anything from it.
You don't get anything from it. So I don't know. It's really silly and doesn't make any sense at all. But we are about to go to bed because we would like to leave really early tomorrow because tomorrow's Memorial Day here in the U.S. for those who are not in the U.S. And it's going to be a very bad driving day, I think. So the earlier we leave, the better. And we also want to stop at a few Savers the more we get closer to Massachusetts, and possibly other thrift stores. We don't know yet.
Savers is having a half-off Memorial Day sale, and so I'm thinking if I can find a dress for a half-off at Savers, that'd be good.
That'd be awesome.
maybe some shorts as well, because I don't have a
Yeah.
single pair of shorts in Massachusetts. I don't think I have a single pair of shorts at all, actually, because I just had jean shorts, and I've had them for like 5 or 6 years, and I just wore a hole through them.
That's not so great.
Yeah, like because I wore them so much. That's what happens with most of my jeans, is I just end up wearing a hole in the button.
Well,
The butt gets worn out because one time I was sliding down a big pile of rocks and that tore it as well.
you were sliding down a big pile of rocks.
Yeah.
How was that fun?
I was hiking around Calico Ghost Town, and we hiked up to the O, and then we were coming down, and Calico Ghost Town is a place in, it's near Baker's, it's past yeah. It's near Barstow. It's past Barstow. It's in between Barstow and Bakersfield, and it's like an old mining town, and you can go visit there, and there's like cowboys all over the place, and every year on President's Day weekend they have Civil War reenactments there.
Mm-hmm.
So a bunch of soldiers will go camp out there for the weekend, and yeah, so my family's been going every year for the past 10 years. My mom and I will go, and my sister went when she lived with us, and we've gotten our friends to go and stuff, and we used to go and like dress up as like in old-fashioned clothing, and some years I think we even wore hoop skirts walking around there because there's like a ton of people dressed up, being authentic and stuff, and they have dancing in the streets and stuff, like doing the Virginia Reel and things like that. And one year we all hiked up to there was like Calico written really big on the mountain, and we hiked up there. It took a couple hours because it's pretty far up there. There was like maybe 10 or 15 of us who hiked up there, and then we all came back down. I was like exhausted though. Yeah, it was fun. It was cool. I'm glad I finally got to sit on the O, but then, yeah, we've always, like, I don't know if I ripped my pants immediately after that, but like, I do stuff like that where I end up always like wearing out the backside of my pants. It's never been in embarrassing public places though, thankfully. It's always just been like me realizing, oh, like this is starting to get super worn out.
Yeah.
And then I need to chuck them, so. Getting new shorts, that would be nice because I don't have any.
Yeah, we'll try to check a few places. I mean, we don't want the drive to take too long or get home too late or anything, so we're leaving extra early tomorrow, hopefully, and we're going to do our best to get back at a reasonable time, because there is stuff I would like to do tomorrow before I have to go to bed to go to work on Tuesday, so yeah, we're going to go to bed right now.
Yeah, we also watched the most bit of X-Men First Class.
Yeah, which she has never seen before. We decided not to stay up there and keep watching it because the stupid commercials made an 1.5 hour long movie 3 hours long. Literally, like, the movie should have been over a half hour before we got up and left, when there was still like an hour left because of commercials. It's really silly.
Yeah.
And so I'll have to get her to watch the end at some point, like the last half hour of the movie, that they somehow stretch into an hour. Anyway, I'm really glad that we got to watch a little bit of it with my family. And
yeah, Chris's family, they always have the TV going, and so it's kind of like a background noise thing for them, and so they tend to talk over what's on the TV as well. So like I did miss some bits in there because that's just it's just what your family's always done. They like having it on there, and then they'll watch bits and pieces as they go, and my family's not like that at all. It's like if something's on the TV, everyone's going to be quiet, and we're all going to sit there and watch it. And
yeah, I mean, it's not so great for trying to show a movie that, especially, so when my dad, like, says spoilers, just like, sometimes, because she doesn't realize that she's never seen it before, but it's whatever. We'll have to watch it again at some point, and I'll show her the other ones.
Yeah, but I think I got most of it. There was quite a bit that I, like, missed, and I was just kind of, like, trying to, like, read their lips or get what was going on, because I really couldn't hear anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was fun to hang out with my grandparents and my family today. We had a lot of really delicious food this weekend. I really got to work on working all of that food off this week and over the next few weeks and over the next few months, trying to slim myself down a little bit. because this weekend just felt like one giant like cheat weekend food-wise, and now I got to go
It's your
back.
birthday celebration.
Yeah, I got to go back to real life, counting calories, working out, and eating correctly every day kind of thing. But anyway, it was a fun weekend. I'm glad we came.
Fun.
I'm
Me
glad we
too.
came.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be really fun to see more of my family, like my aunts and uncles, and my grandparents again, and my parents, of course, and my sister, and my niece, and all of them are going to be like at our wedding in California in a month. So 4 weeks from yesterday is our wedding. 4 weeks from today, we will be married, and on the first day of our honeymoon.
Yeah.
Tomorrow we will be getting prepared for going to Disneyland super early in the morning. So.
Yeah. And then also, this is just a cool thing that I kind of want to mention. At church today, we just went to 1 hour of church. We went to church and I ran into some people that I know as well they used to live in California and they moved to Maryland, and I think they moved to Virginia and then they moved to Maryland. And every time I've come to Maryland, it was to visit them. And so I'd already been here a few times and already like gone to DC and seen all that stuff and walked around with them and stuff. And so I ran into my friend I think she's a year and a half older than me and a year and a half younger than Autumn, who's my next oldest sister. So she's like perfectly in between us in age. So it makes it perfect for all three of us to hang out. I've only seen her a couple times since they moved here when I was like 6, but then she lives in New York, and so it was a fluke that she was like visiting this weekend, and then the other girl is married into the family, and so like I've only met her once because they got married like maybe 2 years ago, and then she married the boy of the family, and so it was just like it was really funny. I was in church and I heard my name and she was like, "Hi, Giselle," and I was like, "What?" And I like turned around and it was the girl who was married into the family, and I didn't recognize her right away, and she's like, "Oh, I'm so-and-so's wife." And I was like, "Oh my gosh," like that was so weird. Like the world is just so small, running into people, and like this is a normal thing. Like my family gets recognized all over the place really randomly, but yeah, no, it like some of the people and some of the leaders and Chris's old congregation that he was part of here, my parents know and are good friends with, and we've come and visited them before a little bit and stuff, and so like we're like, oh, we know people here. The world is so small. And then a few more people that I know also moved to Maryland and will be coming to our open house reception thing here as well, so it's just it's funny. Okay, that's it though.
Yeah, I guess we'll end it here, but we'll wake up tomorrow and see you guys tomorrow on our journey back home.
Which hopefully we'll film more of than we did.
On the way here, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.